Modern life feels wrong, not because something specific is broken, but because something essential has been taken from you: the ability to recognize your own desires. You don't want what you think you want what you were taught to want. You can feel it in very small moments when you say yes to something you don't fully want, when you're moving but not really going anywhere, when you get to the end of the day and something in you knows this wasn't it. It's normal to think you're just lazy or not motivated enough or not driven. This is the moment most people misinterpret and spend decades correcting in the wrong direction. That emptiness that you feel is not personal failure. It's not laziness. It's not ingratitude. It's a signal that your desire has been shaped by a system that wants to keep you controlled. And the most disturbing part, we're not only tolerating it, we're calling it success. You were trained to consistently want the wrong things, things that are wrong for you. This is true for your purpose, your career, your goals, your choice of partners, even something as simple as what you like to eat. You'd much rather have fries, even though broccoli would be much better for you, or pizza instead of a salad. It feels like a small preference, like that's just what you like. But part of this is tied to the mechanism of desire itself and what has become in modern society. Desire is naturally dynamic. It's a pull towards that which is different from you. Desire is always a desire for the other with the capital O. The other, whether an object or a person, is by definition what is not you. Desire is the pull towards what exists outside of you, towards what's different from you and that you wish to embody. This movement towards the other can be elevating with positive desire or distorted with negative desire. It's elevating when it's a longing towards something that expands you, that deepens your life, that brings you into closer contact with what is real, with the ideal version of yourself. It's what Dante feels when he sees Beatrice for the first time. Desire is distorted when it's a pull towards something that is actually wrong for you, something that disconnects you from yourself, that might even look right on the surface but feels wrong underneath. The classic example would be to fall for a person that's just not right for you, or to choose a career that makes you miserable, or to eat pizza instead of a salad every night. So, desire itself isn't a problem, it has an elevated and distorted side. The problem is where it's directed. And in modern society, that direction is no longer neutral. The other, the thing you're pulled toward, is constantly being decided for you. You're shown what to want, what to admire, what to pursue, who to fall in love with, the career, the money, the lifestyle, the kind of relationship. Very specific things are presented as desirable, as success, as fulfillment, as something worth pursuing. But most of the time, these things are not what your natural desire would move towards. And that's exactly why your life feels off, but you can't quite explain it. And what makes this even more dangerous, even more threatening, is that you think you're choosing your desires. It feels like your desire, your direction, your life, but it actually has been decided for you. And that's why modern life feels unreal. That's why you're unclear on what you actually want. Not because you don't want anything, but because what you want is no longer yours. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Modern society consistently tells you to want what's wrong for you, not what will elevate you, not what will make you a better human, not what will inspire you to grow, but what will keep you in line, small, programmed. And it does this in ways that are extremely subtle. So subtle, you don't even register it. Society doesn't explicitly force you, very rarely it does. It doesn't tell you directly what to do or not do. It just shapes what you're exposed to, what you see, what gets repeated, what gets rewarded. Take something as simple as food, for instance. The things you crave are not neutral. They've been engineered to be addictive. Things like sugar or seed oil, they've been engineered to override your natural signals, to make you want more of what actually weakens you. The same is true for what you consume generally: social media, content, endless stimulation. You're not shown things that deepen your attention. You're shown things that capture your attention so that you keep scrolling, you keep being reactive. You're being shown what fragments your focus. A similar thing happens with your lifestyle. You're told very explicitly what success looks like, what kind of life is worth wanting, what kind of money, what kind of status, what kind of image. And it all starts to feel like your authentic, genuine desire, something you truly want. Even who you're attracted to is not untouched. What you find desirable, what you find impressive, what you think you should want in another person or in a mate. It's all been shaped by what you've been shown over and over again. So you keep wanting things, but the direction is not yours. It's being guided towards things that keep the system running, things that keep you distracted, dependent, predictable, things that make you easy to control, easy to pacify, easy to monetize. You're not being forced, you're being subtly guided. And the more you follow that direction, the further you move from what you actually want, what makes you feel alive. That's why nothing fully satisfies you. That's why you keep chasing external things. That's why, even when you get what you thought you wanted, something still feels off because the movement of your desire has been directed in very specific ways, and those ways are not yours. The consequences of misdirected desire are very risky, and they're not abstract. They show up very practically in how you experience life. In the face of this situation, one option would be you shut down completely. You become the lazy, directionless one, the one who procrastinates, the one whose energy has been depressed, that is to say, pressed down. And that's a form of noncompliance. But even if you do act, nothing fully satisfies you. You move towards things you thought you wanted, and when you get there, something is missing. You keep second guessing yourself. You don't fully trust your decisions. Even when something feels right, you hesitate. You feel pulled in different direction, but none of them feel fully convincing. So you keep going. That's what we all do, wasting decades of our life. We keep going, but without a clear sense of direction or a clear sense of why. Over time, you lose contact with your own signal. You don't know anymore what a real yes feels like in your body. Everything becomes a partial yes, a maybe, a reluctant no. I'm not sure. And that creates a very specific kind of exhaustion, not physical, but existential. Most people live like this, like sleepwalkers, without fully realizing it. This is not just personal. When an entire population is disconnected from its own desire, it becomes much easier to control. Because people who don't know what they truly want will move toward whatever is presented to them, what is sold as right, every shiny object, even though it's terribly wrong. Whatever is visible, whatever is rewarded, whatever looks like it might work. People become predictable, reactive, easy to steer. We meet people all the time for whom something has broken internally. We live in the midst of a mental health crisis. You see it in the rise of anxiety, in overthinking, in the ability to make decisions, in the feeling that nothing really matters. You see it in chronic illness, neurosis, and even in psychosis. Not because people are weak or weaker, but because they've lost contact with the thing that gives direction to their life. So you end up in a situation where externally everything keeps moving, but internally, nothing feels real. And the only way out of that is to reconnect with the source of that movement, with what actually pulls you, with what is alive. So, desire is by definition longing for the other. Sometimes that other is good for you, and sometimes it's not. That's just part of life. And often we need to be pulled toward a negative other so that we can learn important lessons that make us grow. The question is not simply how to choose what's good for you, that comes with maturity, with age. The question is how to reconnect with the part of you that is able to want, that part of you that generates desires that are truly yours, not desires that are what modern society wants for you. That part, the part of you that genuinely wants, has not disappeared. It's just been covered over by noise, by repetition, by everything you've been told to want. And when you reconnect with it, desire feels different. It's not forced, it's not calculated, it doesn't come from pressure. It feels like movement, like something in you is being pulled towards something real. There's clarity in it, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it doesn't make sense on paper. It can be very simple, walking outside and actually feeling the sun on your skin and realizing that that actually feels good, or being drawn to something you didn't plan and actually going for it. Saying no when something doesn't feel right, even if you should do it. That's what real desire feels like. It's not perfect, but it's living, pulsating, dynamic. Once you start recognizing that again, everything changes because now desire is no longer being directed for you, it's coming from you. And that's what makes a life feel real. Hey, thank you for watching. If what I'm sharing resonates with you, make sure you hit subscribe to be notified when new videos are released. And if you want to go deeper, I share longer reflections, frameworks, and updates in my newsletter. The link is below. This channel is a growing body of work about restoring aliveness in a world that quietly trains you to live at a distance from your own life.